What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time dropping in, Tommy Kentner here. Today we got Anthony from Rajan Media on the podcast. Just trying to have chat about what's going on in the car world, see what he's been up to, and see what projects he's got in store this year, and see what we're going to check out.
Yeah. Well, if you guys know who I am, have seen me in some of the older videos, I had a Evo 10 about the time he bought an Evo 10. But that's no longer with me. I sold it. That's out in Oregon now.
Oh.
I picked up an SC300. I was in the market for an R33 Skyline, but every time I would go to look at one, just wasn't up to snuff. Always something wrong, rust, and just a little too high in price for my taste. So
Yeah, they have shot it.
even for just like a GTST, like they're just a little too much for me. So I found this SC up in Maryland. It's got a 1J. It's a black on black factory manual. It's pretty clean, but an hour into the drive back home, the transmission let go.
Oh.
And if any of you guys know about W58s, you know they're not the best.
Not the best.
But so with that, I ordered a brand new CD 009 from Nissan and a Collins kit. So that'll be in hopefully within the next couple weeks. Just trying to iron out logistics as far as where I'm going to do it, because right now my garage is packed full of stuff.
Oh.
I don't know if any of you can relate, but
Yeah.
not a whole lot of room in there. So that's pretty much it for now. That SC, probably kind of a cookie cutter build. I want to go single turbo, big horsepower for a street car. Nothing like not a drift car or a drag car, just a fun street car.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the goal.
Yeah, and those 1Js are pretty reliable.
Mm-hmm.
Keep them honest. But yeah, I mean, and that's going to be a good platform too, because I mean, that's pretty much. Is it the same chassis the Supra's on?
From what I understand, the chassis and some of the suspension components are similar to the MK4. They share a lot. I don't know too much about it. That's just from what I've read and heard.
Right.
So if it's accurate, then sure. I mean, they always call it the poor man's Supra. So just personally, I like the way the SCs look over the Supra, but the Supra does have a better booty.
Right. Yeah, it is hard to beat those taillights.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're super sick. I love the Supra taillights. I think they're pretty iconic.
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. Because that's what I was actually telling him earlier. Is we was just kind of BSing before we started this. When I had it parked out here, and then you'd catch it like looking through there, and it's like, whoa. How are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
But yeah, no, the taillights on that thing are just sick. Like, but yeah. But no, and I got big plans for it this year too. And like I was telling, if y'all watched the previous video, we're gonna kind of do a build. It's kind of cool how it worked out with doing a build off between the RB and the 2J.
Yeah.
So that way we can kind of see what issues we run on.
Definitely a best of both worlds situation.
Yeah.
Is that kind of your motivation to get the Supra? Just kind of.
No.
Or you just always wanted one?
Well, I mean, I always wanted one, and I always messed with my buddy Milan. And I was like, well, if I get one, it's going to have to be right-hand drive. And then I literally just sent him this, like, baby blue one that I seen in Kentucky. And he's like, he sent me the link to that one. He's like, this is a better deal. And it was right-hand drive, come with the motor, come with the OEM hood, and it was actually just an hour away, like, well, maybe an hour and a half in Nashville. Mm-hmm. So... and I wasn't even being serious when I sent him the link. I was just like, well, I like this color, and then it worked out because I picked it up. It's got the good transmission in it. It come with the 2J VVT-IE, which I didn't even know how much those motors are going for right now, which is nuts. It's like $8 to $10 grand.
Yeah, they've shot up.
Yeah, and the whole JZ like market is just like it went for where they was really cheap, kind of like the LS. Anytime somebody drops, hey, this is a cheap motor that makes good power, it might as well see the money just go through.
Everything's just gone up. It's crazy.
Yeah.
The car market as a whole is kind of stagnant right now, but like parts,
Oh man.
it's just crazy.
Yeah, and that's like I was telling, Roberto when we did ours, like, because it's like anything you pull off the GTRs or probably the Supras too, that is just hard to get, irreplaceable. Like
worth their weight in gold.
yeah, because I mean, like a broken radio dash bezel is still like $500.
Yeah,
which is nuts.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and people will repair them and put them on their car. So, it's, but yeah, like in the JDM market, I think like I've been telling everybody, because that's why I've been buying the Skylines and stuff. I think when the R34 hits, it's just going to drag the 32 and the 33.
Yeah. And the 34 market is already astronomical.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine what it's going to be like whenever they hit here and they're 25-year legal.
Yeah.
They're going to skyrocket.
Yeah, it's just going to be nuts. Which, I mean, I can't wait to see them over here. And I think at our grand opening, we talked to a guy that actually has got one purchased, just waiting for it to come legal. And he's going to end up doing a build with us. So, because it's kind of cool, because like right now we have every model but the 34 in the shop.
Yeah.
So it'd be kind of like pretty cool to have like
all the generations.
Yeah. But and I just can't. I mean, I've seen one in the States already, and like I said, they're sweet looking cars. It's just
So yeah, I've seen a bunch actually. I think every Cars and Coffee I've gone to, there's been at least one.
out in
And I'm like,
California.
no, here.
Oh, here?
Here.
Oh, you're talking about just Skyline, period.
No, R34s.
Oh, really?
I don't know how legal they are,
Yeah.
but I've seen
I
them.
wouldn't-
There was one guy. It was actually one we went to. It was a midnight purple R34 and then a midnight purple Supra.
Oh, okay.
It was a husband and wife, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I do remember that.
I don't know how legal. Again, I don't know how legal it was, but
Well, in the Midnight Purple one, if it was a legit,
Midnight
can be over here because it can be on show and display.
That's right.
And it's a limited number. So any like the low number Millennial Jades, the Z-Tunes are kind of in a category where they are rare, but they're not numbered. So it's kind of harder to get those in. Because, like I said, they're not like a production number. It was a kind of an afterthought.
Yeah.
And they brought them back to Nissan to get the beefier fenders and go through the motor. But yeah, so no, I mean, like I said, it's cool because and it's kind of funny because everybody mistakes my car for a 34.
really,
Yeah,
That's
I didn't-
interesting.
Yeah, I never thought
not a
that.
Chevy Malibu.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But
Wow.
but yeah, because one guy come in here and he was like freaking out. He's like, "Oh my God, that's a 34," and I'm like, "No." Yeah,
That's funny.
yeah, and that's what I thought too. And then one of the customers was going to buy a 33 with a 34 front clip, which I was like, I wouldn't do it because it's not a 34, and if you ever go to sell it, then whoever's looking for a 33 might not want that 34 kit on it.
I know the 33.4 conversion is pretty popular in Japan
Is
and
it?
Australia.
Yeah,
I've seen a lot of them.
yeah. I don't know.
We need to see more Stagias with our 30. We need more of
Yes.
those in the States.
Yeah, with full. There's actually one in Alabama that before I bought that I was kind of like considering.
Stages, I've seen a lot on the market here in the U.S. and they're
Yeah.
not bad as
No.
far as like price goes.
Yeah,
They're pretty reasonable. Now I know that the front end conversion isn't necessarily super cheap,
right.
but to start, you can get a Stagia pretty cheap.
Yeah.
I've seen them between like 12 and 20,
yeah,
like
yeah.
in that range. So
Yeah, and that one, I guess it's the version that come with the RB26, and it said they had to upgrade R33 transmission already in it.
Wow.
It had R34.
How much in Alabama?
It was 58.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
The GTR money.
But it already had the face swap for the facelift.
And I know once you do that conversion, you can't go back.
Oh, you
There's-
can't?
There's something that you have to do to fit like the front support or something for the lights and everything.
Oh yeah.
And once you cut, that's it. You can't go
Oh.
back to the Stagia front.
Yeah, because I think you got to put the R34 like core support in it. But
Again, I don't know if that's true, but that's just again from what I've read on
Yeah.
they're not super cheap, and once you cut, you can't go back.
right.
But
But yeah, so yeah.
why would you want to go back?
Right. Yeah, and I'll try to drop an image on here of like what we're talking about, just that way if you haven't seen a Stagia.
That's super sweet.
Just something.
That's right up there for me with like
Yeah.
the Evo wagons.
Right.
Those two, the Stagia and the Evo wagons, those are
Uh-huh.
kind of like a dream car right there.
Yeah.
On my list.
Yeah, because like I said, Adrian almost bought one from Duncan, but because he was going to do the same thing, and he's like, man, that's going to be a rad daily and all that.
It would be.
But
All right. Memory card full. Had to
Yep.
swap out.
yeah,
So-
I shot a video earlier, guys. Sorry about the interruption, but yeah, Adrian was about to get a Stagia, and like I said, I guess he decided to dump more money in his GTR.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, it's a super cool platform, and I think it would make like the awesome daily driver that you could haul the kids, hell, maybe even a refrigerator.
Right. Well, speaking of like platforms, I noticed I've been wondering what you've been wanting to do with Betty. Are you gonna try and get that done this year?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get it back on the road. Hopefully soon. We just got to get from the move and everything.
Oh yeah, the move.
Yeah, yeah. I thought it was only going to take about a month. Turned into about 3 months, and we're finally about in a spot where we can. Well, now we've kind of focused on working instead of finishing up because we still got like some boards to put up.
Yeah,
It's
finish
still-
some walls and
Yeah, still waiting on the garage door, and then kind of work on some shelving to kind of store stuff. But we kind of been focusing on the work area and kind of making it more workable, getting stuff that just makes the jobs easier and cleaning up parts, and then that because I didn't want to go too crazy in the space, like getting stuff, and so we just kind of got in the work area, and then now we're trying to make it flow better and work better. And we built a bench to put the vise on and to bring be able to put the heads and stuff like that. But yeah,
if you guys get a chance and you haven't been here, definitely come down.
Oh, yeah.
Check it out. Because Tommy's moving on up in the world.
God. But no, I definitely want to get Betty back on the road because it was just too fun of a car.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, you.
Yeah, he
you
let
had
me.
it.
He let me borrow it when I visited from California.
Yeah.
When we did the shoot for the shop, the last shop.
Yeah, the OG.
And it was a blast to drive. A super solid car.
Yeah.
Like he did a good job.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to see the next stage because she was
Yeah.
she's no slouch.
Yeah, and I mean that was just on the baby turbo, but it's got the big motor in it. It's a 2.6 Dart and sleeve engine. But I mean, and that's what I kind of did with it for like the first 2 years because Victoria drove it back and forth to Vanderbilt. You drove it. Vic borrowed it. I mean, I was just pretty much like, there you go, take
It's
it.
the loaner car.
Yeah, but that made like 440 or something like that. But getting a bigger turbo setup on it, and I pulled it out to try out a clutch that was like new for the platform from a company, and well, that's when I decided to put the bigger turbo and stuff because the clutch is supposed to hold like 900 horsepower, and it's a dual clutch, and so we're doing some testing on it. But of course, by the time I did that, and then wanted to get the new kit ceramic coated and all that,
Yeah.
it was like we got dumped with work, and then my car got put on the back burner.
That's how it goes. You know.
Yep, customers first. But yeah, no, so yeah, 2023, want Betty running again, and then like I said, the battle of the
Yeah.
RB, the
Jay-Z
TJ.
versus RB.
Yep.
You know,
And then
that's gonna be cool.
and then Adrian's got stuff coming too, so we'll bring him on and let him talk about the new for his car and his plans for 2023. But yeah, guys, let us know how you like these style videos, and we'll probably have Anthony on from time to time, and he's going to work on a new intro for us for the new shop, and start shooting some stuff.
Yeah, definitely need to start shooting more, especially as the weather warms up. Right now it's still kind of cold and rainy, so
yeah.
Once we get some better weather, hopefully we can get out and get some rollers of the old R33, maybe the Supra.
Right.
You know, we get some cool shots.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to get some new stuff done.
But yeah, guys, drop a comment below any topics you would like us to chat about, and like I said, from time to time we're going to be bringing on some new people and just having some car chats. Maybe that's even what we'll call this.
Maybe in a future video you'll get to see the SC.
Yeah.
Bring it by, because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have Tommy tune it in next time. So
maybe even put a transmission in it.
Maybe. We'll see if I can't get that done soon, because I need that thing on the road.
Right. But yeah, just let us know. We'll get you in. But guys, hit that subscribe button. I think the next chat we have, we might go into cameras. We've had a couple questions on stuff me and like Roberto do. So it's kind of like maybe we'll bring both of them on, and if you'd like to see something about like cameras, maybe we can even tell you like starter cameras to kind of start, you know.
Cameras, software, you know, just whatever you want to know. You can leave a comment on that, and we'll answer your question, because between me and Roberto, we're well, and Tommy too. Like, I think Tommy's been more into the Canons. I've been more into like the off brands like Z-Cam, Blackmagic. I like Sony. Roberto, what's he using now?
Fuji.
Yeah, Fuji.
And that camera he's got is
it the GX5?
No, maybe it's not a Fuji. But I want to have a conversation about that, because the one Roberto, I think it's a good price point, but it's a good like run and gun setup, like where, well, and I mean mine is too, but it's a better price.
Mine is not.
Yeah,
it is not a run and gun.
Yeah, he's got a straight cinema camera.
Yeah.
But and then maybe that's what we can, you know, have a conversation about, kind of, you know, help you choose.
Yeah, if you want to get into that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It can be kind of daunting, you know, like there's so many choices. You know, from if you're just wanting to do daily vlogs, or if you're wanting to do some like cinema style stuff,
right?
You know, all the cool like montages or whatever.
Yeah, and that's what I kind of based my purchase over. And I started with, well, I think the first camera I started with was a Nikon.
Yeah,
a Nikon.
Makes some good start.
I think it was like an 8100. And then that was more focused for photography, where I need a video camera. And then I went to the 80D, and then the ESOR, and then the R5.
It's just like cars; it just snowballs.
Oh, it really does.
But yeah, we can talk about that.
In
another video, because we could go on forever.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're going to get into.
We're already starting to rant a little bit.
But if you'd like to see that, drop a comment below, and we'll do that in the next episode. Because like I said, I like to have Roberto too, and then that way you can kind of get all the aspects, and then
because he's used different cameras.
Oh, he's used Blackmagic,
from what
Sony,
I've used.
He's used everything, and he's real big into it too. And and like he said, it's just like cars. You can, set up these cameras.
It gets crazy.
It is. Yeah. So guys, like I said, hit that subscribe button, and thank y'all for joining us.
And I'll add something too, in the comments if you want. Ask about any of the cars.
Yeah.
If you're really interested. I've seen in some videos where people have asked, but like we'll get down to it.
Oh yeah.
Just ask anything you want.
Yeah. We're here to chat, so
that's what these podcasts are going to be for.
Yep. And then we're
just talk about whatever. So
and just really work on the car community as a whole, and we kind of like want to roll it back to like 2000 when it was fun.
Yeah, when it was fun, and a little bit cheaper. But
and a lot cheaper.
That's a whole nother.
Yeah, that's a whole nother bag.
Whole nother problem.
But we'll catch you guys in the next episode. Take it easy.